So, hey guys, it is me, 80s for you guys. We're doing the USA versus Jamaica, my match preview. The World Cup qualifiers coming up tomorrow, guys. This is a huge game for the US, a huge game for the US. And this is a game that I would reckon that we should win. With all due respect, I know Jamaica is a great nation. I know they have had some decent results against USA in the past. Let's be real, guys. Let's be real. We should be beating Jamaica, and as well as the fact they've also had a number of injuries as well, which also makes it a lot easier. That said, the U.S. squad's a bit weakened as well. So, all in all, it's going to be very interesting to see how this game pans out. So we're going to be looking into we're going to be looking into statistics about teams. We'll look at the head-to-head. We'll get into that stuff, guys. And obviously, guys, I'll give you guys lineups for both nations that I think we can see. Then my predicted score. Okay, predicted lineup, predicted score. So let's go ahead and look at this. You can see right there, facts and figures. USA, their market value is so much exponentially higher, which is interesting, which we expect. And let's look at the last 10 meetings. So the US and Jamaica played out the last 10 meetings. USA actually won the last meeting 1-0. USA won 4-1. Then USA won 3-1. Jamaica did beat the USA on a friendly. That was before the Gold Cup began, I believe. USA won 2-1. 2017 Gold Cup final. The Jamaica, I think USA won at a friendly, and Jamaica actually won against USA in 2015 Gold Cup semifinals. USA won 2-0. USA won 2-1, and USA won 1-0. So you can see right here that most of the games USA have been winning. Only a few games Jamaica have managed to get the better of. And that said, it's interesting because every time Jamaica beaten the USA, it's actually been in US turf. So maybe Jamaica winning isn't as surprising as you would expect it to be. Okay, let's look at the current coaches of both national teams. You have Greg Welch versus Theodore Whitmore. A lot of people like to say Theodore Whitmore is one of the worst coaches in CONCACAF, which I could somewhat say maybe that's a bit harsh, to be fair, but I don't really believe Theodore Whitmore is the guy for Jamaica. I believe Jamaica need a new manager. He's just, for me, is not really made Jamaica as where they should be. And you look at it right here. So, Theodore Whitmore, 9 years old, appointed January 1st, 2017. His contract expires December 31st, 2022. His success rate as a coach is 1.58 points per match. His record against USA is 2 wins and 8 losses. Dang, that is very, very high. His record against Greg Welcher has been 1 win and 3 losses. Whereas for Greg Welcher, on the other hand, his record against Jamaica has actually picked up 3 wins and 1 loss to 1 game. And his record against Theodore Whitmore, 3 wins and 1 loss indeed. And you can see right here that is interesting that the points per game is actually, Theodore Whitmore has actually got more points per game than Greg Welcher. Although, to be fair, he's played more games. He has obviously been here a little longer than Greg Welcher. So you can see the most valuable player for Jamaica and USA are respectively as follows. Most valuable player for USA is Serginho Dest, and most valuable player for Jamaica is Mikel Antonio. Okay? So you can see right there, there's a top goal scorer for the fixtures. You got Josie Altidore scored 3 goals, Joe Maximore 3 goals, Christian Pulisic 2 goals, and Joe Maximore 2, Joe Morris 2 goals, and Sebastian Lletget 2 goals indeed. So you can look at that international record. USA picked up 12 wins, Jamaica won 3 games, and the 6 draws, 30 goals for US and 15 goals for Jamaica. You can see the table right here, guys, that USA is currently second right now with 5 points, and Jamaica is bottom with 1 point. With a -4 goal difference. So not very good for Jamaica there. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the starting 11 for both national teams, and let's start with Jamaica first. Let's just do Jamaica first anyway. Actually, let's do USA first. Let's do USA. They're the host. We should always respect the host. So this is my predicted starting 11. Now this is what I would like to do. This is what I think we'll see. Okay, and I'll tell you guys what I would like to see changes if I can make any. So we're gonna go with the 4-3-3. Okay. Stefan, for me, I have a feeling he might start this game. Matt Turner could start. I'm hoping Matt Turner starts actually ahead of Zach Steffen, but I just have the feeling Zach Steffen will start because, he's more experienced. He's got more caps. At the end of the day, though, we could see Turner start. So it's kind of a 50-50 choice, I guess you can say, but right now I'm going to lean with Steffen. And then that back 4, I think Des will start at the right back position. There should be no issues there. Then Robinson as well will start. Now, interesting enough, John Brooks is out because normally I would put John Brooks in the starting 11. However, he's out due to some ankle issues. And as well as Tim Ream is also withdrawn, and he's been replaced with Zimmerman. And Tim Ream, I think, got withdrawn for family reasons. So Zimmerman, he could start. I don't think Zimmerman will start simply because he didn't really play much of the Gold Cup. So I think Mark McKenzie will actually get the nod, call up ahead. Hopefully he can have a good game. The Robinson as well as the left back, Anthony Robinson. So I think we should be fine there. So that's the back 4. I think that's a pretty good defensive back 4. And then for that midfield, we have Adams, who's there, and then Kellen Acosta and McKennie. And then for the front three, I have Aronson on the left, Pepe in the middle, right wing, Areola. So that for me, I think would be the my predicted start 11. You could also maybe see Zardes get the nod. Perhaps you could even see Sebastian Lletget get into the team. I think Kellen Acosta will definitely start this game. He had a really good performance against Jamaica last time around in the Gold Cup, and so I'd hope that he would start. And yeah, so with that said, we move on to the Jamaican national team, and they got some key absences as well. You can see there's no Christian Pulisic, no Giorena, and yeah, no Brooks as well. Very, very weakened indeed. This is for Jamaica. So I think Blake will obviously start. One player to look out for. Definitely indeed. Lawrence, Maripa, Lowe, Powell. I've been told that Lowe and Lawrence have been pretty good. Williams and Johnson as well. I think they'll start in the midfield. Flemings has been pretty good. Maggie in the cam, Reed and the right, and then Nicholson. So great news for us, for the U.S., is that Antonio is out. I think Michael Antonio is not going to be playing this game. He's out. And Leon Bailey is also out as well. So those are two huge absences for Jamaica that we could maybe exploit. I'm looking at Nicholson in particular. Hopefully he can have a good game. He's been Jamaica's best player, scored 2 goals for them. He's been the only goal scorer for Jamaica. So I would definitely keep an eye upon him. Although I know that he does tend to miss a good number of chances as well in the game. So let's go ahead and get to the prediction here. It's a tough game. It's going to be a tough game, guys. And even though the USA should win this game, and I would reckon they would win, my question for the USA isn't necessarily winning the game. It's about how many goals can they score. Because I'm telling you this right now, guys. I'm telling you this right now. I really do believe against Jamaica, we should be winning at least by a 2-goal margin. With all due respect, I understand that the US have a few injuries, as I said, no Pulisic, no Reyna, no Brooks. At the end of the day, though, we should still beat this team. We should still be able to beat this Jamaican national team because they have been struggling in the qualifiers. They are yet to pick up a win in the season. And their only point they picked up was away at Costa Rica, and Costa Rica haven't really been that great. And that's a game that they probably should have won as well. They got hammered at home by Panama. They lost to Mexico 2-1 at the last minute. So it's going to be a tough game. It's going to definitely be a tough game. I'm very well aware of that. And for the U.S. in particular, I really hope that we could see USA actually put out a dominant display in the first half. Because what I've seen so far in the qualifiers is that our first half performances have been very, very sketchy. We haven't played too well in the first half. In the second half, we have put out some dominant performances. You look at the performance against Honduras in particular, winning 4-1 away, which was amazing. And then obviously you look at the game against Canada, we are yet to play really well in the first half. And that for me is a huge concern, is that if we don't really play well in the first half, guys, this could be a huge problem. And I really don't want this to be like a game where we're going to 1-0 our way through. Because if we see 1-0 our way through, that's going to be very difficult indeed. And remember, guys, last time we played against Jamaica, we won 1-0. And it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting indeed. And I just think that for me, we're going to have to see a lot. I'm looking at that midfield in particular for the U.S. I really want this midfield to be dynamic, because one of the problems we had in the qualifiers in the earlier games is that the U.S. midfield was too static, too limited, and there wasn't enough creativity spark. There's not enough dynamism, and that for me is very important. So maybe McKennie could add something to that, because we saw how McKennie is influential. Adams for me and Acosta for me, I don't think they're more of kind of like your industrious players, and I think McKennie can add that creative spark in the midfield. That's going to be huge. Aronson as well. Hopefully he can have continue his goal scoring form, and Ricardo Pepe as well. Hopefully continue his form. Ariel on the right, I'm not really sure how he'll do. He's had off. I remember that Gold Cup final, he missed abundance of chances. And hopefully the back line could do well. I think Anthony Robinson, Miles Robinson, Dest, and defensively they could do well. And it's going to be a really tough game. So this leads me to my prediction, guys. Just let me get to the prediction, okay? I think the USA is going to win 2-0. Okay? And I think that we're going to see Pepe score again, and I'm going to say Aronson scores. I think Pepe's going to score from a header once again. I think he will score probably around the 20th minute from a corner. And then I think Aronson will score when Jamaica's pushing men forward around the 60th minute, and I think Aronson will score. And then from that point on, I think Red Rods will make an abundance of changes, bring on Christian Roldan. We could see probably Lletget coming on. Maybe see Sargent, Zardes getting a chance. Maybe even see Musa get a chance. Like I said, guys, it's going to be really interesting. So I want you guys to comment down below your predictions as well. And remember, guys, I will be back later for tomorrow for the match review, so stay tuned for that. So make sure you guys check out me. If you guys want to get in touch with me on my other platforms, the links are in the description below. And as well as make sure you guys comment, subscribe on this video. And I'll see you guys there. Peace out.